Hey, big dreamers, this is Liz from Big Dream with Liz. If this is your first time here, this is where I give intuitive advice based on what I love, what I'm good at, and what I think you need most, also known as the flavor generator. We have the organizer, number 5. Number 5 bag, full of what I love, what I'm good at, what I think you need most. Because I'm a multi-passionate kind of person, I have lots of things that I would like to do with my life. And even though I came up with this flavor generator method, I have been considering how I love dance more than anything, music and dance, and how maybe possibly I should be doing that with my life a little more often than I have been. However, I have been on the healing journey in the last year or two, and so I have not been dancing or teaching dance as much because I was not feeling very well for a while. And now that I'm feeling better, I am getting excited and geared up to incorporate dance once again into this Big Dream with Liz biz. So if it seems like I'm a little all over the place or haven't been consistent with any one thing, it's because I come up with new ideas all the time. And it's not that I don't have the follow through, it's just that I have changed my priorities over time for different purposes. So number 5, the organizer. I got a lot of green ones, so a lot of stuff for your purpose or mission. But for passion, we have editing things. We have also for passion, simplifying. I only got one skill, prioritizing tasks. And then I got for what I think you need, to have healthy finances, to have a sense of urgency when needed, to persevere through the obstacles, and to embrace minimalism. It's kind of a lot, but editing things. Okay, so I have edited music, cut music one song shorter to make it for a routine that is still smooth and works for a performance. And I used Audacity. It's just a free program you can download on your computer. I'm sure there are others that are better by now, but that's what I used the last 5 years or so, and kind of learned how to use that pretty well. Same with my videos here. I use iMovie, the app on your iPhone, or you can download it if you don't have it, I guess. And it's super easy to use and it's free. So I like editing music and videos. And when I was a kid, I used to record my voice on a tape cassette. Some of you might not even know what that is. A little square rectangle thing with little round things. It has like a little film strip, but it's for sound, and it records sounds. And you can record music. I used to have a keyboard, and I would record my own jingles and make commercials, record them, and talk shows with my friends, and a bunch of other weird kid creative nerdy stuff that I would do. But I liked editing my recordings after the fact. And for simplifying, I love making things more simple. What are my priorities? Although sometimes I still procrastinate things I know I need to be working on as my priority. But overall, I like to have less clutter around me. I like to get rid of things that are distracting me, and so I can focus on the things that I really want to focus on and check it off the list, so to speak. So simplifying your life can be very helpful. And prioritizing tasks. I guess I just talked about that. So I feel I'm good at prioritizing tasks, although lately there has been this one project kind of like this flavor generator, it has to do with that. I was going in depth with words of description, words on each category that I came up with for the flavor of the day. This is a flavor of the day or person of the day, topic, category. And I have, how many do I have? 8. But on Instagram, I have more because there's subcategories within each category that I like to showcase on there, like dance and music. Okay, and so what I've been doing is working on the words that describe each of these categories, not only so that I understand it better on a deeper level, but that you guys know what the heck I'm doing and why I came up with it and how it can help you. But that project, I keep comparing words, like synonyms and acronyms to each word. Like I look up organizer and the definition of the word, and then I look up synonyms of organizer, and then all the words that I had come up with in these little papers I had already written down. So I got overwhelmed by options because I started, instead of instead of simplifying, it became, I kept adding more words because I kept finding other words for the same, that meant similar thing that I liked better to describe each category. And it just became this long project that I still have not completed. So when you prioritize your tasks, and I don't know if that's self-sabotage or if it's just not ready to be done yet for whatever reason, if I'm supposed to be teaching dance instead, and I'm not even supposed to be doing this flavor generator thing in the first place, that's a possibility. But prioritizing tasks. What is the main thing that you need to focus on right this instant? What is number one? What is the most important thing before you can do anything else? And that could be the most important thing for you, or you have a job to do working for someone else and they expect something to be completed by a certain time. Things like that. And prioritizing tasks. If you were on an island trying to survive by yourself, and I watch a lot of Naked and Afraid, the first thing you would need is water, because that is what you need sooner than anything else, because you will die without it. So that's kind of an extreme example of prioritizing your tasks. Don't die, drink water, okay? That's actually a good reminder. Drink more water, because I started drinking lemon water every morning, and I drink 40 ounces of it every morning, and I feel way better than I did when I was not hydrating. Because if you think about it, you sleep for 8 hours with blankets on and maybe a fan on or AC or heater or whatever, and it dehydrates you and you're sweating or just not drinking water the whole 8 or however many hours you're sleeping. So you need to rehydrate when you wake up, and you will feel a lot better, even if you weren't feeling that bad before. Just a little side note. Okay, so having healthy finances, that's what you need to do. That's what I need to do too. And that means prioritizing your tasks, simplifying and editing things, being aware of where you're spending your money, and is it truly benefiting you to be spending the majority of your money in that area? Is there something you could cut back on? Is it what can give and what can't give? And then you can go from there. Have a sense of urgency when needed. So yeah, kind of like if you have a deadline coming up, or you know that you are going to die in the next few hours if you don't drink water, that'll give you the sense of urgency when needed to do what you need to do in that moment. And then persevere through the obstacles. There are always going to be obstacles, either them being in here or out there. So you have to remember what you are made of, because it's different than what I'm made of. However, we are all stronger individuals than what we give ourselves credit for. So you are able to get through whatever it is that is an obstacle for you. But do you have the ability to desire that thing so much that you are able to keep going to get to that end result? Or are you just going to kind of give up or distract yourself and do something that's less than what you are capable of doing or what you are capable of deserving in your life? Because it really is up to you. I hate to be cliche, but it is up to you to take action steps necessary to get what you want in your life. And the things that get in your way, some of them will be easier to remove or to get through than others, but that is up to you to decide what is most important for you in your life, and do you find yourself valuable and worthy enough to push aside the things that are not going to benefit you in the long run or right now? Or do you think you just need to keep it around a little bit longer for some reason? That's up to you. But just remember what you're made of, what you really want, what you've desired since you were little. And that should give you a little extra perseverance through your obstacles. And I have an example with dance. So I did take a bunch of auditions and intensives over the years, workshops, extra classes by people who had made it bigger in the dance industry than I had. One of them being a dancer from So You Think You Can Dance, one of the early seasons, Jamie Goodwin. And I really admired her as a dancer on that show. And she came to Bend and did a workshop, and I paid for that, which was fairly expensive but worth it. And I remember being really intimidated, but I tried my hardest to put myself in that class, like not look at anyone around me and not compare myself and not think about the bad things that could happen. I guess I really put my positive mindset out there and worked as hard as I could. And I felt pretty successful in that weekend of classes, because there was not just one class, it was multiple. And I was proud of myself. I did pretty well for being nervous and wanting to normally criticize myself as I go along and compare myself to other people, like, oh, I'm never going to get where they're at. But instead, I chose my own internal power and brought that out and my passion, and that really helped. And I talked to her after, and it was nice to kind of touch base with somebody I had admired on a TV screen for however long she was on there. Okay, the last thing, which doesn't really... Okay, it's the last thing, though. Embrace minimalism. Like I said earlier, prioritizing tasks and simplifying things. Minimalism, not everybody likes minimalism. Some people like to collect stuff, and they are happy about all their stuff that they have. But if you think about how much stuff do you have that's distracting you in life and keeping you stuck and keeping you from moving on, like you can't move from a house or an apartment or whatever if you have all this stuff that you have to get rid of first and sell or move with you. Like you can't just go up and leave and move to a new place with a bunch of stuff that you cannot take with you. So you have to decide what is most important to you, what can you take with you, and what would you have to leave behind in that kind of circumstance. I don't like to feel like I can't just get up and go somewhere, but I have accumulated some stuff that I think I'd be okay to part with by now. Just an example, but when you embrace minimalism, you're able to see what is most important to you, and therefore easier to take action on the things that you really want to be focused on. And it's also easier to then embrace your fear, because lately I have realized a lot of my fears are coming up to get to the next step within this business and my own big dreams. And it's the same fears that I've had all along, but now because I've cleared and made space, made room to only see those things now. I'm not covering it up with a bunch of extra stuff. Now it's easier. I mean, I'm not going to say easier. It's more clear what I need to tackle next. And that is my fear on a deeper level. And once I can realize where that came from, realize that I'm going to be okay and that I can just keep stepping through to get past it, that I will eventually get where I have envisioned myself to be for however many years now, but have avoided because of fear and because of lack of self-worth. So that's a big way to describe minimalism, but I believe that things, people, things, places can hold you back from what you're truly capable of doing, and you will know what is most important to you when you have to decide what those are, I think. I don't know if there's something else. Healthy finances. The more organized you are, the better you will be at keeping your finances healthy as well. But, I think that we keep ourselves stuck way more often than we admit, and I am guilty of that as well. So it is my job these days to face the yucky stuff and acknowledge it and go, hey there, my nemesis person inside of me. I understand you have been here to kind of protect me from pain, but I also think that maybe you have contributed to a lot of my pain in life. So now I have to decide, do I want to keep you around? Are you benefiting my life? Or is it time to say goodbye? And that could be one of the hardest things that you ever have to do. And saying goodbye to a piece of yourself that has kept you stuck is not going to be easy, because it is something that you are used to, a part of you that you identified yourself with. But what if that part of you has nothing to do with you, who you truly are? It was just a mask, a cover-up, a character you were playing as a form of protection, or a form of, it's just time to shed the layer, take the masks off, and be more vulnerable with yourself and therefore with others. But that's going to take some discernment on your end to know who is worthy of your time. And you need to decide what's worthy of your time, that you choose to focus on, and people that you choose to talk to. And you do have a choice, and you should make the choice, because your life here is going by day, hour by hour, and you have the ability to choose what you focus on and what you put your energy toward. So it's probably a good idea to look at it and see if what you are choosing to spend your time on and focusing on, if that's getting you closer to where you truly want to be. And try not to think about your biggest fears right now, because you're not to that point quite yet. So one little step at a time. And I hope this helps. Hit the like. That's not what I was going to say. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah, leave a comment. I'd like to know if you guys are struggling with some similar things. Are you getting to the point where you've already taken off so many layers and you feel naked in life, or do you feel like you're wearing too many layers and you could probably shed one? That's just the example that came to my mind. But lately I feel like I'm getting more and more exposed, and I'm starting to feel kind of like this. Like, I gotta hide myself. I'm not ready to put it all out there, you know? And I feel like people can really see me, and it's kind of uncomfortable because of the rejection that I have had in the past. So now what? I have to trust that if I put who I truly am out there, that the right people at the right moments will be a part of my life, and I will not be alone. And I've already been kind of alone, or felt alone, even though I wasn't ever completely alone. But I was fine. I did fine. And you can enjoy what you love to enjoy when you're alone. You don't have to share your experience with anybody else. So take advantage of your aloneness, and remember that you are learning how to be a leader for others. So it's important to have the time alone, or to reflect on your life by yourself, and remember who you are, and remember how powerful and strong-willed you actually are, and that you have a unique vision that nobody else has, that you need to put out there, because, well, it's going to benefit you in the long run. It's going to benefit everybody else, make the world a better place, and we're not all going to be doing the same crap all the time, regurgitated in different ways. This way you'll actually be doing a unique calling that was meant for you, and that's going to feel good all around. So I'm here to help bring out the inner magic you have always had but forgot about. I hope you're doing well. Send me a note. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.